Hello everyone, this is Andy and I'm back with another video. Okay, so in this video what I'm going to go ahead and do is just teach you how to connect, not connect, but allow your friends to connect to basically your home computer as far as your Final Fantasy server. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is demonstrate that now. Sorry, it took a couple of days there. I caught a cold and still kind of coughing a little bit, but yeah, I'm back on board. So basically, I got asked a question as far as how to forward ports. It is a bit tricky. I'm not going to actually show you that here on my computer. So what I'll go ahead and do is just do a quick Google search here, and so I'm just going to go ahead and type how to forward ports Windows 10. So basically, you have, let's just show it here. I don't recommend sharing this with anyone, but there are so many tutorials out there. And basically, when you want to forward your port, you have to go into your firewall settings. Actually, I can probably just go ahead and load my virtual machine here. Just one moment here. Go ahead and try this. But in the meantime, what I'll go ahead and do is just show you this while I'm loading up my virtual Windows 10 there. Okay, so basically these are the ports that you want to forward. So you have the TCP ports, and it's these four here. Also the UDP port is this one here. So here it says forward ports to allow others to join and firewall. So basically you have to go into your firewall settings in order to do that. That's how I did it. I did a quick Google search because you won't be able to really find anything as far as what other people have done, because it is showing their personal IP address and such. So you have to keep that stuff very private. So here it says in your router and firewall, the following ports need to be forwarded to your server. So these ports here need to be done. If I have a chance in the future, I'll try to make it on one of my okay, here actually. So we go ahead and try to run this one here. Not sure exactly which one works. Let's try this one here. But in the meantime, so once you have everything pretty much forwarded, you have to actually go into go ahead and go into my Final Fantasy folder, and let's see here. Because not only do you have to forward the ports, and this is very time consuming, it is very tricky on how to get this to work. Okay, so basically you have to go into your Darkstar folder, and you go into your config area, and you can go here. You go here, and basically these are the ports here. Let me just go ahead and make sure they're actually the same here. Let's take a look. Let me go ahead and pull this back up. The web page here. Okay, web page, this one. Okay, let's see if this is actually the same. Let's take a look here. Okay, so 230, that'll be the 230, 231 here, and everything is pretty much set there. Okay, so in here, you're going to have to do a quick Google search, and that's very, very simple. You're going to have to just go to Google and type what's my IP. Let me go ahead and just try this here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see if it's going to actually show my IP address. I think it will actually. So what's my IP? And this is basically your public IP address that so basically when you search Google or some other website, this is how they basically track you through this IP address. So if you type what's my IP address, it's going to load this page here, and then it's going to say check, the one that says checking, so IPv4, move that over. Okay, wow, here it says not detected. That's pretty scary. Okay, let me go ahead and try one more time. Okay, so as you see, the last two numbers of my IP address will be 32. So basically that is how you get your IP address. This website here is called whatismyipaddress.com, and you can obtain your IP address, and what you're going to do is just put your personal IP address in this section here. You're also going to put it here. This is the IP address to your personal kind of local thing, that like your local computer. This is when you're just doing like some testing and stuff. If you don't have anyone playing on your server, I recommend just keeping it here. When you want to open up to the public, you can just change this to your public IP address basically. Okay, so going down, let's take a look at something else here. Let's see. So building the server, you have a going down. Okay, that's pretty much just a message server. I believe this is all default, but you could also you have to change this IP address here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and go down to this file here. So you're going to update this one. You're going to have to change this one here. I think I mentioned in my last video, so these are all the you can pretty much change everything as far as how fast you want everyone to skill up in your server. It's really important, especially the run speed. I do recommend changing that because you don't want it to take a long time, as I mentioned before. But actually here, you want to change this to the public IP address as well, the one you get from what'smyip.com. Okay, that's pretty much it. Let's skip that and go to the next point here. The next point will be here, server search. So basically, when people want to load up the auction house, you want it to connect to your, if you leave it here, they're not going to be able to see anything in the auction house. They won't be able to find other players in your server. So make sure that is up to date. Mine, again, this is not, this is just a sample folder, a backup folder of my original one. So this has nothing to do with the one I'm using, the one you've been seeing in video. So it's completely different. Server message, as I mentioned in the last video, you can change this one to anything that you like. There's one more actually. Let's see, map server. Okay, I think that we did that one, and this one, and the server search, and that's pretty much it. Okay, and last but not least, it took me a lot of tries. Actually, I tried to make this video about 5 different times, but I was just so tired and sick I couldn't really get everything out. Okay, and I couldn't think clearly at the time. So let me go ahead and open Navicat here. Okay, Navicat is open. Let's go ahead and open this one. Zone settings, and as I mentioned before, you're going to have to change all these here to your public IP address you found in this website here. This one here. Okay, and that's pretty much it. And then once you have all that up and running, you can test it yourself. Just go into your windowware settings here. So let's say your friend wants to connect to your server. You're going to go into your windowware settings. Let me go ahead and find the windowware file here. It should be in, can't remember where I installed it here. Let's see. Let's go to my icon and hit properties there. So I installed it in my program files. Okay. Let's go ahead and open the program files and let's see here. Okay, I'm still looking for it here. Let's see. Okay, what I'll go ahead and do is pause the video, and as soon as I find this folder, I will be right back. Okay, there we go. We found it. Okay, so it's in I put in my screeners folder here. So basically, you're gonna have to open the settings, and you're gonna have to change the IP address here. Oh, go to a different website there. Okay, so you're gonna change this IP address here, so your friends, when they want to connect, they're going to have to do, as I mentioned before, your friends will have to do the whole Final Fantasy installation because they need the actual game on their computer, but they don't have to do all the Visual Studios and Navicat and such. They just need the game itself, and then they need the windowware in order to go ahead and connect to other servers. That's all you need. Again, they don't have to download everything. Just download the game itself and do all the the minor adjustments to it. Update it and everything, and then they also need to make sure. Yes, also make sure they have your public IP address here when they want to connect to it. And that's pretty much it. What I was trying to mention in my last video before I kept canceling, but basically there could be a way that you can make it more convenient for yourself. So let's say I have this folder here. Let me go ahead and pop this back up here. Okay, I have this folder here, and basically what I want to go ahead and do, let me see, Dark Stars, go ahead and pop this open over here. Where's my folder here? Okay, so many different files here, sorry. Okay, it's, where's it at? Let's go ahead and pop this one open here. Okay, so not that one, what is that? That's Doom. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and pop this one open here. My copy folder. So basically, I don't have any files that are running the actual game itself, the server. But basically, what you can probably do is just have like a copy, have it where if you want to run it, have it running within, how can I explain? So basically, I don't know if you can actually run 2 servers at the same time. I haven't actually tried that. Maybe you can have one server running as, the public one, and you can have one server running as your private one, or you can have this folder here for your, your personal usage, and where you make any kind of adjustments in your scripts or anything. And then, you can go into your, your public folder where that's the one you want to use when you want people to connect to your personal server. Or what I did in the past is I actually had 2 computers, and I actually had one computer as a main primary server computer, and then I just kind of connected from this computer to that server when I wanted to make any kind of adjustments to the game. And that's a very useful thing, because I could do all the testing here, and then when I got it working, I just made the actual changes to the other computer that had the server running on it, and that was a really convenient way of doing it. I'm also trying to figure out if I can get this actually online, but you need maybe some public kind of cloud hosting service where you're able to upload all the SQL files to it. So where you just, instead of, for example, instead of using my personal IP address and the zone port and everything, I can just use the cloud IP address. But I haven't actually tried testing that out yet, but that may be something I may consider in the future. And I think it would be very useful, so everything is ran online, so you can share pretty much any IP address you like, and if it, something happens, then you can just pretty much just do everything all over again. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm going to try to go more into depth as far as getting some kind of pictures on how to forward the ports. Again, when you're doing this kind of stuff, you don't want to share your personal IP address and which ports are open and which ports are closed, because it does make it vulnerable to attacks, basically. So you don't want to have that personal information out there. So that's my only suggestion. So yeah, so basically just do a quick Google search on how to forward ports, Windows 10 or Windows 11, and you're pretty much set to go. And I think that's going to be it. I think once I did those exact steps, I believe I was able to open my Final Fantasy server to the public. So if you do the same thing, you shouldn't have any issues. If you do, just please list me down in the comment, and I will try. There's a 3-day weekend coming up here, so I will try my best to see if I can get this to run publicly. And if it does, then yeah, I'll go ahead and share exactly what I did. But I believe what I just explained should get you up and running. But that's going to be it. If you do have any questions, please, as usual, list them in the comments, and I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.